Hey, how you doing today? My name is Relyea, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today, I wanted to talk about Kickstarter and specifically the Kickstarter backer update that came out in early June. I know that I'm late, but I didn't see too many people posting about it online or making videos or whatever, so I'm here to bring you what we learned in the most recent update. First things first is they start off by talking about how they're trying to juggle between wanting to show us everything that they can, but also not spoil anything at all. So if you haven't already, I would definitely suggest following their Twitter account because they're constantly showing new updates on their Twitter account, showing different images, little videos, and different things like that. I could have swore some of the things in the Kickstarter update, I've already seen them on their Twitter account already, so you're not really missing a whole lot by, at least from the images. But they did show a really cool video at the end that I'm not gonna link because it's set to private for Kickstarter backers only. You got to keep some things for the backers only, right? So next up, the devs, who is Mongoose Rodeo, they did touch on how the game progress is going, and they said the game is coming along steadily and we're extremely satisfied with the level of quality. However, things are taking longer than expected. Ultimately, we want to make the best game possible. And so I think that part of this has to do with what they were originally thinking was going to happen when they launched their Kickstarter campaign versus what ultimately happened, where they raised over $1 million and the project just became much bigger. They've said in the past that they've raised $1 million. Now they need to build a $1 million game. Like, that's like changes the scope a little bit. And so of course there's going to be delays when you have taken on a much larger project than you were originally anticipating. If I had to guess, this probably moves us out to mid 2025 for a release date, if not longer, maybe even like early 2026. I don't know. At this point, I just love that we're getting updates. And that's the most important thing. Mongoose Rodeo goes on to say, it goes without saying that we would also like to release the game as early as possible, but not at the expense of compromising vision or quality. Ultimately, we feel that it would be at the detriment of both the studio and the backers, and I totally agree. They've got time, and I think that they've set expectations, and that's super important. So it looks like they have had some issues with at least a few people complaining on Twitter. Somebody on Twitter left a post along the lines of asking, is the game taking too long? And the response is, do you want to have a trash game or a good game? And honestly, that makes sense. Like, they've got the funds to make something that's truly awesome. They don't need to rush. And that's what I love about Crowsworn is, like I said, they manage expectations. They give us little updates every now and again. They're not promising to come out within the next couple of months or in the next year. Even in this update here, they've said, hey, it's taking a little bit longer than expected. I think that this is perfect. I think that we're getting great updates, and we're not in like this rush. We're not anywhere near the same place that we're in with Hollow Knight Silksong, where we've had the coming soon. We've had the, oh, everything here is going to be released within the next year, and all of these things. I don't even know how to, they're not on the same level. Like, I absolutely love the way that Crowsworn has been marketing and giving us updates, and it keeps the peace and the calm, and we're just way less stressed. Speaking of updates, I've got an update from today's video sponsor, Lenovo Legion. They just told me about the new Legion 7i, which is a 9th generation laptop, which is perfect for students. And so I got one for my daughter because it's portable and it's powerful enough to handle all of her schoolwork, especially for her STEM classes. Plus, it's great for picking up quick gaming sessions with her friends on her lunch breaks. So on a more personal note, we're actually going to use it to try to build a game for the first time. I've never built a game before, and I think it's like one of those fun like daddy-daughter like bonding things that we can do to like hang out and try to figure it out together. So don't expect anything like Crowsworn. We probably won't even release anything publicly, but it'll be really fun to try to like learn what goes into making a game, and even if it's just a basic one. So we're gonna be doing that on our Lenovo Legion 7i laptop. So thank you, Lenovo, for sponsoring this video, and let's press on. Mongoose Rodeo went on to talk even more about progress details, and they said that we're in the stretch phase, developing areas, enemies, bosses, rinse and repeat. Recently, what's something new that they started doing is they started working on tertiary areas, hidden or obscure areas and places that are rewards for dedicated explorers. This is really exciting because it's like they're really fleshing out the map and thinking of like all of the different not just like the base game, they're like going above and beyond and doing all of the extra stuff. So that's really cool. And so then they went on to compare it to like Elden Ring, where their game is going to have as much extra content that's equal or larger to the linear playthrough of the game. And development of that takes time. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of Hollow Knight, because even with Hollow Knight, there was so much more to do. Even if you were to just play the game in like a linear path, you're probably beating the game at like 50%, maybe a little bit more than that. And then you got so much more percentage completion by doing everything else, the rest of the game, finding all the charms, finding all the hidden stuff, doing the pantheons. Like, there was so much more time that you could put into the game than just doing the base game. I absolutely love that. But Mongoose Rodeo also said not to read into it too much, because the tertiary areas are so large, it's going to take some time to develop. It's not like they're trying to land the plane. They're not trying to finish the game yet. There's a lot to do. I totally get it. We're going to give them room to cook, right? Room to breathe, and they can do it. So we're going to pop up on the screen. There are some screenshots of the environments that they've been working on, and they'll let you discover the details once it releases. I think all three of these screenshots look really, really cool. They're all just different areas. One is showing like a massive wall with scaffolding and like a bridge, which is really cool. The second one is showing an area that I think that we've seen before, but there's this new enemy over on the left-hand side and we're shooting at it with our gun. Awesome. And then the third and final one is another area that I think we've probably seen before. I imagine they're showing us all early game areas altogether. Like, they're not going to be showing us like late game bosses and whatever else. In fact, I feel like we've only seen very few bosses. Another thing that they did end up showing us at the bottom of the post, Matthew Griffin, who is their marketing director as well, same as Hollow Knight, they went out to Day of the Devs. One thing that's really cool about Day of the Devs is it's up in LA, which is actually not too far away from me. It's only a drive away, but unfortunately, every year the Day of the Devs is on a day that I've got military. If you don't know, I'm in the Air Force Reserves. I serve on weekends, and I've got things going on, and I got a family. So I've never been able to go up there when Matthew Griffin is there to be able to go meet him. And I really, really want to do that one of these years. So I don't know, hopefully they keep going, and maybe next year. So they didn't want to just release the demo for Crowsworn to everybody, because there was a Kickstarter backer reward tier that only those people got the game. And so what they did do is they brought the demo to Day of the Devs, so that way they could show it off to just people who were there in person. So it was a very special thing. I totally support it. I'm glad that they're able to share it with more people, but I'm also glad that they're not just giving it out to everybody, because we had to pay for that. And then speaking of Kickstarter reward backer things, they actually sent me something in the mail a while ago. I mean, it's not like they sent it to just me. It's a Kickstarter backer rewards for backing at a very specific level, and I never opened this up, so we're gonna do it together on screen. It looks like the package came with some stuff from Fangamer, which Fangamer is the one who's going to be doing their merch. And so let's see, artist series from Delenture. I think I'm saying it. I've always thought that I said that wrong, but there we go. Got a little card. Cool. Let's see, it looks like there is some marketing material. Maybe they want me to go buy their other Fangamer stuff. You know, I might have to. I'm thinking about getting a bunch of Fangamer stuff and throwing it on the back of the wall over here. What do you think? Is that a good idea? I know some people love the Fangamer merch. Check out this shirt. Ooh, isn't that so stinking cool? Yo, the Crowtagonist? Crow guy? I'm gonna rock this thing for sure. Oh my gosh, let's go. And then we also backed at the plushie tier. So not only did we get the crow guy, the Crowtagonist, he's got these little pistols, his little guns that are magnetic, that just go right onto his little... Oh, I dropped one. He probably won't drop it in the game. That's pretty cool. And his scythe has got to be magnetic too, right? His scythe is magnetic too. That's cool. Like, what are we doing? We're doing pistols? Oh, swap it out. Oh, doing scythe? We're gonna have to go put this on the shelf. This says the Crow collector plush toy. I kind of wish it said the Crowtagonist, because that's what the community calls him. He doesn't really have a name. but I like it a lot. Very, very cool. So yeah, I gotta fix up his hat. I mean, he's all crumpled up. He's been stuck in that mailbag for probably about a year now. To be honest, it's been a very, very long time since I sent that out. But I wanted to open it up on a Crowsworn video. So there you go. Thank you so much to my members for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. My name is Relyea, and I hope to talk to you again more real soon. Thanks. Bye.